The only thing I can say about myself is that I'm 27 years old. I am a national of Mexico. My name, I'll keep it to myself, seeing as my situation is a little bit delicate, and of course I don't want to cause any problems for other people that might be tied to me, so I'll keep this anonymous. I used to live in Mexico, of course. I was born in Mexico. We tried to do our very best to have a normal life, but things were a little bit difficult. You don't get to choose where you're born, which part of the world you're born. As a matter of fact, where we were born, it was a very small place. There were no opportunities. We went through several businesses. I mean, we tried everything to be at peace, not having to migrate. After all, who wants to leave home? You know? Oh, we were forced to leave. I think my dad was the first one. We should have followed after him. We tried to get visas the legal way, and it didn't work out. I mean, as desperation, we were forced to do it the old-fashioned way, you know. We crossed it with fake papers on it, or I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. We were reunited. Austin, Texas. That's where I grew up in, and it adopted me. I was an adopted Austinite. Made so many beautiful friendships. So many people that supported me. It was my home, and I received DACA and changed my life as well. I was able to do more. That's something that I can be thankful for. But there were still so many things that I could not do. There were still so many things that made me feel off or different. I grew up with a very wonderful dad and mom as well. But my dad, he's the one that taught me a lot of things. He's the one that molded me into also what I was. He's an idealist, just as I tried to live a good life. I tried to live according to what I was taught. That was to be honorable. That was to follow the law. That was to look at others without prejudice. And thanks to those ideals, I was also forced to see what was going on back in my home country. There was a lot of stuff that was happening. Executions, mass killings. It was impossible for me to ignore it. It was impossible because I knew people were dying. I knew that things needed to go a different way. I realized that people needed to also do something about those kinds of things. Even though the US had been my home, I mean, I can't deny that I still felt some sort of responsibility looking back. After so many years saying that I was going to go back to Mexico, one day I did it. It was on August 25th of 2015. When I first got to Mexico, I got a taste of what it was like from the very beginning. We were traveling on bus. There was an older gentleman that was looking for a seat. So I told him, hey, you sit over here, you know. It's close by the restroom and everything else. And I had seen that some people had their backpacks on the seats, so people wouldn't sit until the very last minute when they were actually forced to offer the seat. But I told him, you know, sit here, you know. And he was like, you know, God bless you. He was one of those older, senior citizens that very religious, blah, blah, blah. When we were stopped by at a checkpoint of military personnel, of course they did not have a standard issue uniform. Me having now been exposed to, you know, actual military protocol and how things are supposed to be run and how things actually go, they were not. It was very sketchy. It was not. They were cartel members. And, well, they would question people where they were going to, who they were. And there's a lot of conflict going on here in Mexico. Cartel members see suspicious younger, healthy males by themselves. They think that they're other cartel members, or they see them as possible recruits. When they were questioning me, who I was, where I was going to, and all those things, the older gentleman said, no, he's with me. He's with me. I said, oh, he's with you? Yeah, he's with me. He's my grandson. And they left us alone. I mean, I think he saved my life.